Hey, welcome back, guys. We are now in day 2 or day 3 since we left Florida early Monday morning at around 5 a.m. Central Time. And just taking a look at what's going on in the housing market kind of got me thinking, right? So the current situation in the Florida real estate market right now is a little bit shocking, but a lot of, but it's a little bit shocking, but it's a lot of bit expected. If you think about it like that, between all my friends who are licensed real estate agents in Florida, like Chris and Sherry and Zach and others that you have seen on the channel and watched live stream interviews, the signs are pointing to more people opting to leave. There has been a surge in listings. And when you look online, you'll see this increasing inventory of properties, more so in Southwest Florida, where I have personally been hearing from local real estate agents about how they ran out of lot boxes for all these properties, indicating high property availability. And they all predict that many of the Florida property owners will sell their home due to significant equity built in over the years, adding to the inventory problem. They also said that the demand for seasonal apartments remains high, but the market is slowing. Okay, so this will lead to fallout. All right, like what we're seeing with the auction of Signature Bank's loans, which were backed by New York Apartments and involving joint ventures with nonprofits and related fund management. And this is a significant event for several reasons, okay? And these include the decline in the market value overall, with the top bid being less than 70% of the loan's face value, which indicates a substantial decline in the value of New York's rent-regulated apartment sector. We've also had the legislative impact, where New York's 2019 legislation, which restricts rent increases for multifamily owners, coupled with rising interest rates, has significantly lowered property values. Auction scale and importance, where this $33 billion sale led by the FDIC after Signature Bank's failure is 2023's largest commercial real estate transaction, period. It includes a mix of rent-regulated and other commercial properties, with most loans still performing. We have a wilder market implications to a wilder market with the sale prices, which will provide crucial data on the current state of the property values, especially for commercial and non-regulated apartments. The effects of rent regulation will be severe, with an inability to increase rents having led to a decline in multifamily property values and financial difficulties for landlords. We are going to see significant discounts on sales. Sales of rent-regulated apartments are already occurring at steep discounts, and in some cases up to 70%. And the roles in the auction with related fund management is the primary funder, while 2 nonprofits will assist in loan and property management, okay? The FDIC retains a 95% stake in rent-regulated pools to maintain affordability and profit from potential value increases, while the context of Signature Bank's failure spells out the bank's collapse that happened in March, highlighting a significant event in the U.S. banking history, which has global implications due to its role in New York's real estate lending. Moreover, key bidders and their roles as Blackstone and Rialto Capital are prominent bidders for the commercial property assets. So you know where those are going. So in summary, this auction reflects a much broader trend in New York's real estate market, impacted by legislative changes and economic conditions. And it highlights the shifting landscape of property values and investment strategies in the sector, and also across the country for that matter. Now, but down in Florida, okay, down in Florida, there's a significant increase in property listings already hitting hard and creating the start of competitive seller listing price wars, with expectations that this trend will continue to grow. They're hoping for a wave of cash buyers willing to pay premium prices for all these folks' older homes that are now up for sale. Home sellers, that is. However, this somewhat unrealistic home seller expectation may be misplaced by these snowbirds, who are usually seasonal buyers paying in all cash, which are now more inclined to sell their properties instead of purchasing new ones. And experts believe that snowbirds are less likely to purchase this year due to higher rates and overall unfavorable climate and expensive insurance, which there's a growing trend of property owners opting to self-insure due to the insurance crisis, which could lead to severe consequences in the event of natural disasters if they aren't careful and adequately capitalized. Plus, taxes and insurance increases are driving away snowbirds more and more because they are facing double property taxes and double insurance costs in some cases. And on average, a 100% increase in home insurance or flood policy premiums is now considered to be fortunate, as many are experiencing higher insurance increases or getting dropped by their insurers altogether. And we can sprinkle in a few unfavorable conditions to this list too, like, I don't know, the overwhelming amount of complaints that I see in the comments on my most recent videos of viewers and subscribers who complain about traffic and accidents in Florida, which are negatively affecting the quality of life. Gone are the days of what used to be a laid-back winter stay, which now has become stressful, with 15-mile trips turning into 15-minute trips turning into 30-minute commutes or longer, which you used to be able to go 15 miles in 15 minutes, a mile a minute, but not so much anymore. And we're now seeing a larger shift in property market dynamics, and more so in Southwest Florida, typically considering the more affordable zip codes, and are experiencing some of the biggest changes at that. Areas like Sarasota and Naples, known for pricier properties, they contrast with the majority sales in the region, which are not high-end waterfront properties commanding such high premiums and offers over ask. And, one of the main reasons being the rising carrying costs, because all of these seasonal residents are facing increased financial burdens due to higher home insurance premiums and property taxes. And these elevated carrying costs are making it difficult for many to maintain their properties, and instead they're listing them for sale. But the problem now is going to be just how many are doing this and how many are doing this all at the same time. That's inevitably flooding the market and more than likely going to produce adverse effects in this reverse housing market crash scenario and dynamics, and consequently influenced by local landlords triggering a response after rising rents. Some seasonal residents are choosing to sell their winter vacation properties after weighing heavily the decision to sell and capitalize on available equity now, opposed to holding on longer for future market uncertainties. But this increase in motivation is to capitalize on the substantial equity accumulated in their homes now, while they theoretically still can, okay? Because especially considering the current favorable market conditions for sellers in some areas, but not all, okay? Think hyperlocal. And there are parts of the country and parts of Florida that aren't heavily weighted in favor of sellers and basically have become more of a buyer's market instead. And from a real estate agent's perspective, real estate agents in Florida are telling me how they are shifting their narrative to focus more on the affordability crisis in the housing market more than they have before, and more now than anything else really, and are how they are previously, the emphasis was more on the business and profit aspect of real estate, but there's now a growing recognition of the challenges faced for and by buyers in the market. And this is going to be extremely important for sellers to consider and to price and take into consideration when they price their homes and price them appropriately, especially already having seen significant price drops in Southwest Florida recently when I'm just browsing and searching through Zillow listings and other real estate websites. And my friends, they all stress the importance of staying updated with the rapidly changing market as a buyer and or a seller. And to that, and to add to that, the acknowledgement of the affordability crisis, okay, and how the cost of living and housing market affordability crisis by all of these real estate agents marks a significant change in the discourse surrounding the housing market in Florida. And this suggests that a growing awareness of the economic challenges faced by potential buyers amidst the backdrop of escalating prices and living costs escalating will be felt by the sudden wave of sellers entering into the market and inevitably listing their homes, their condos, their raw, undeveloped land on the MLS, overloading the Zillow servers with near distressed inventory. So, in essence, the Florida real estate market is experiencing a complex interplay of rising listings, changing buyer and seller dynamics, increasing costs, and a newfound emphasis on the challenges of housing affordability. But as for me and mine, well, we're not planning on leaving. Don't get it twisted. We're not leaving anytime soon. And we're still very much optimistic about the future opportunities that will exist for us in Florida in 2024 when we are more likely to purchase a home, our first Florida home, and move out of the temporary apartment digs that we've had since we've moved down there. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you appreciate videos like these, and let me know if you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making them, and just smack the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I won't be mad if you want to go over and buy me a cup of coffee or a cup or five. The link's down in the description down below. And if you want to know more about our move to Florida, then make sure you check out this video next. Until next time, you guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon.